Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in. Now let's see what we got out here in this here street. People out here walking. So listen, this the thing now. I saw Amanda Seals. She came on talking about, the Cheyenne Bryant. She talking about, so what? She not a doctor, she a whatever, but so what? Who cares? Say she came on her podcast and was great. And that's that thing I tell y'all about this here industry. When you know somebody, then it's hands off. Like, people pick sides. See, for me, I'm out here with the smoke. People I know, people I done sat and had dinner with. If they cross that line and they go on that other side, I gotta talk about you. Because if you live in a lesson, then I got to teach that lesson. And I do the same thing with myself. But because Cheyenne went on Amanda Seals' podcast, oh, it's hands off. Oh, I don't care that she lied to y'all and finesse y'all. And she was like, did she hurt anybody? It's like, yeah, she hurt a lot of people. Probably thousands of people. Because they was booking her in the name of therapy. But it was not therapy. Because she's not a therapist. And then she was talking about stuff and she using therapy terms. So she is like a shade tree mechanic trying to work on your Lamborghini. It's like you need certain tools, certain training. And when I talk to people, I done had so many people come to me. I wouldn't say so many, but it's been about 10 to 20 people, and I tell them, like, in the call, they want to talk about childhood trauma and stuff like that. And I say, listen, that's a therapy topic. Like, I'm a life coach. If you want to write a book about your story, I could help you. A therapist can't help you write a book because they'll get in trouble. That's business consulting. So I remember my homeboy, he a therapist in Baltimore. And I was talking to him about, his therapy and him, his clients or whatever. And he not a doctor, he just got a master's. And I was like, can you help your client write a book? He said, oh no. He said, I get audited out the yin yang. He said, but I could refer them to you. So you could help them write a book. Now that could be changed by now, but who knows? But I say that to say, and I remember I had one client, white female. Boy, she kept wanting to go back, and this was several years ago, to talk about her daddy beating on her, and her daddy doing this and that to her, and the trauma she went through as a child due to her daddy. I say, listen, that's a therapy topic. I say, I can't really, as a life coach, I can't focus on the past. Like, I can't diagnose your past and go too deep into trauma. Now, I'm trauma informed, I understand, but we got to focus on the here and now and how you gonna move forward. What's your strategy for your health and wellness, mental well-being now? So let's put some things, journaling, working on the 3 B's, turning pain into purpose. Do you want to write a book? Do you want to start a company? Do you want to start a nonprofit and start mentoring young girls? Like, that's what I'm here for. As far as unpacking that trauma, you got to talk to a therapist. And so that's where the damage comes in at. And what a lot of people don't realize, because I see people that caping for, like Umar Johnson, and the reason why he coming to Cheyenne defense is because people say that he is a fraud. Not that he's not a doctor or whatever it is. I don't know if he is or not, but that he a fraud because he done raised so many millions from that school, for that school, and that school still ain't open. So he trying to protect her, and he's sticking his neck out for her because that give him more room to grift. See, me, I ain't sticking my neck out there for her because I ain't got a grift in me. I ain't out here to grift. So what you could do if you single is get on the wait list for Destiny, and that's the only grift right there, and that ain't no grift. You see what I'm saying? That's matchmaking right there based on 20 years of experience. So that's what you got to realize and understand. Get on that wait list. But they want to grift. And so when you want to grift, one grifter gonna stick a neck out for another grifter, if that's what people calling them. And so he's saying, oh, she a life coach. She ain't do nothing wrong. And it's like, yeah, if she was a life coach, if she said she was a life coach, and she didn't say doctor, and she didn't say therapist, then yeah, she ain't doing nothing wrong. But when she talking about, you know, this person did therapy with me, that person did therapy, and you're not no therapist, that is not right. You can't do that. And see, the reason what a lot of people are skipping over, and a lot of people don't understand, oh, why they going so hard at her? Why people getting on her? Why people on that woman? Why people? Because as black people, we done already been taken advantage of enough. We done already been used and abused enough. We tired. We fed up. And then for your own people, it's one thing for somebody of another race to manipulate you and deceive you and take advantage of you. But for your own race to do it to you, it make you even more angry, because you like, man, what? We supposed to be on the same team. We supposed to be helping each other, not hurting each other. That's why people so mad about this Cheyenne Bryant thing. Nobody mad because she light skinned. Nobody mad because people say she beautiful. And I'm gonna tell you like this right here, like, light skin don't mean beautiful. Y'all gotta stop that. She look regular. Like, light skin don't mean beautiful. Like, everybody beautiful. It's like, if she beautiful, everybody beautiful. Light skin don't mean beautiful. Mole on your face don't mean beautiful. Mole under your eye don't mean beautiful. It's like, ain't nobody mad because how she look. People like, oh, these women, these black women jumping on her because they jealous. Jealous of what? Like, nobody in the world want to trade places with her. Nobody. Ain't nobody jealous about that. It's like, yeah, with the limelight, it shine on your flaws too. Who jealous about that? Don't nobody want to be out here getting their flaws shined on. It ain't a soul jealous of her. I'll tell you that right now. That's so asinine. Like when they tried to say I'm jealous of the guy who doing the tour that she on. Like, what? Like, I could do my own tour and have validity, have substance. It's like, if he could tour, don't you think I could tour? I don't want to tour. I done toured. I toured from 2012 to 2019. It's like, that's not what I want to do. So, jealous of what? Ain't nobody jealous, but that's the first thing they want to holler. When you call somebody out, oh, you jealous. No, ain't nobody jealous. Y'all give me 1 second. Get a little bit of here gas. But this here machine be playing music, so it'll mess around and copyright strike me. Boy, they wrong for that. You know Coach Moore, who was at Michigan, they showing his commercial on the screen at the gas station, asking him what he want, what he take on the road with him. It's like, y'all know that man got fired and y'all running that commercial. Fox Sports. And so that's the thing, nobody jealous. Like, listen, we praying for Cheyenne. And then people like, oh, y'all bullying her. It's like, listen, you can't bully a bully. Like, you can't bully somebody who don't feel sorry for nobody, who don't feel sorry for themselves. That's what people is wrong. Like, here she talking to a grown man. That man Torre, calling him a softy, cussing him out, telling him to lower his effing voice. Like, imagine if she talking to a man like that in public, how she would talk to a man in private. If she'll talk to him like that in public, in front of another man, and that just go to show you right there how we is as humans, cause boy, Frank Ski and that other lady ain't say a word. They was like, whoa, all right. They let her hang herself. That right there, oh, you through. You do that right there, don't nobody feel sorry for you. When you cussing at somebody, telling them to lower their effing voice. Now, I said that to Buddy on the thing when he went to hollering at me, but that man to man now. That man to man, that ain't crossed the aisle. That ain't crossed the gender. And I ain't cursed. I just told him, hey, take that bass out your voice. Because he went to hollering. Like, bro, hold on now. If I ain't on here hollering, but Cheyenne did that when she was in the wrong. The man was talking and she cutting him off. All he was saying, you know, we need more gentleness. We need more men who are gentle. Gentlemen. And she was like, Torre, you gentle. You real gentle. But that don't always go over with people. You real gentle. And he's like, hold on, y'all. He trying to wrap up the show. And she chiming in because she wanted to get the last word, because he probably was making him a point about a man being gentle, and she probably hadn't spoke against that. And so he trying to get the last word. He taking the last word because he wrapping it up, and she want the last word. And just like when she was on the show with Bryant, she wanted the last word when he was trying to tell her, like, hey, that ain't the best advice to be telling people to take no bath together, no shower together, but bunky when they ain't married. And then so she wanted to go back and forth. So here's the thing, nobody feels sorry for her but the people she done worked with. So if you notice, Paul Pierce caping for her. Umar Johnson, he ain't necessarily done work with her, but he done got called a fraud so much, he is excited. He happy. He's so happy that the microscope is off of him and onto her, off of his doctorate and onto her doctorate. Boy, he's so happy. So that's why he out there caping for her. And then Amanda Seals, she done been on her podcast. I just seen today somebody else podcast. Oh, she was on a white lady podcast. Lisa Balu. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little interesting story about that. Her husband got a podcast, Tom Balu, and I wrote him one time because I hadn't wrote him trying to get on the podcast. I'm like, man, I want to come on there and talk. Now you talk deep, you ask great questions. I want to come on there. So I sent an email in and I said, man, you need to bring some black people on. I would love to come on your show, but I noticed I done wrote in and you need to have some black people on there. So me calling them out made them mad. And it was after that when he brought on, and these guys don't even know that's because of me. Because I called him out and held his foot to the fire about having some diversity on that podcast. And after that, he brought on motivational speaker Eric Thomas. He brought on Wall Street Trapper. And it could have been somebody else too. I can't remember if it was Devon Franklin or somebody else. He went to bringing black guys on after that. And then having his wife went to bringing black women on. I say, look at that, boy. They don't even really know. They don't even know that I came at the man and hurt his feelings about not giving black folks a voice and only interviewing white folks. And boy, he went to overkill. Boy, I'm like, boy, this thing turned into BET. Like, oh, now I just was trying to tell you, just switch it up a little bit now. But that shot me in the foot. He ain't bringing me on there because now I'm the one that called him on it. And so she went on that podcast, and I saw the thing on my feed, and it said something about what she tell people in therapy, or what happens in her therapy sessions. And I say, see there, that's what Amanda Seals not thinking about. That's where the damage is. She's sitting here saying she have therapy sessions, and she going on a podcast that get hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views, saying that she having therapy sessions. So guess what, y'all? This is the thing that a lot of people don't understand. And I'm hoping nothing happened to her, just because I think that just a lack of knowledge and just her coming from the inner city of LA and just not having a lot of business knowledge, and her, feeling insignificant and wanting to be significant and wanting to, have an impact in the world. So I'm hoping nothing happened to her, but there's a good possibility right now that she's being investigated and that she's gonna face some type of penalty within the next couple of years from the state of California or wherever for practicing therapy without a license. There's a good possibility. And that right there just comes from ignorance. Like, if she don't have a therapy license, but she going around saying she do therapy and she was a therapist and she letting people run a show, like if I was her, I would go to Lisa Balu and put what I talk about in my coaching sessions or the stuff I deal with in my coaching sessions. And now that I done said that, y'all watching a couple of days, it be changed on that Lisa Balu. And I think it's Women's Impact or Women's Impact Theory or something like that. But it's another situation where she do the same thing her husband do. Like they kind of got a business, or impact business or what have you. And his money come from some type of supplement company. But so now they're gonna change that. And that's what she need to change all across the board. And she keep wearing the doctor and saying the doctor, and if I was her, I would go to every podcast and say, take doctor off of there. Just take doctor off of there. But she trying to stand 10 toes down, talking about she earned it. And then on Shannon Sharp, she said she got 3 doctorates and 3 bachelors or whatever, or 3 something else. But she said she got 3 doctorates. And I don't understand that now. How the world you get 3 doctorates? It's hard to get 1. How the world you get 3? And it just, man, like, come on, like, really? Like, 1 ain't enough? Like, okay, if I'm gonna tell a lie about a doctor, I'm gonna just lie on 1 of them now. Got to lie and say you got 3 of them? Come on now, you don't need 3 of them now. Come on now, 3 of them? No, nah. Come on now, 3? Like, really? And so that right there, let me see what time. I think I probably got to leave before my son in the morning and go get my hair cut. Yeah, no, I can't. I'm gonna park behind him. I just let him move the car out the way in the morning. He got to move. And so that's the thing right there. Man, I went and get gas in 20 minutes. It ain't take long at all. So that's the thing. It's like that's why people is going so hard. It's not about jealousy, because it's nothing to be jealous of. Like right now, like don't nobody want to trade places with Cheyenne Bryant. It ain't a soul in the world want to trade places with her. Nobody don't want to trade no places. People are praying for her. People like, hey, man, I hope it work out for you, sister. Like, I hope everything go well for you, sister. Like, people starting to look. And now the thing about it is, so we'll get on each other, but then it will come a point where we start to feel sorry for each other. And we start to get like, okay, all right, now it's enough now. We is black people now. We is all we got. Let's not be too hard on each other now. Let's hold off now. Let's take it a little easy now. We out here fighting against oppression now. We up against the world now. Let's take it easy. And people will go to start taking that approach like, hey, hold on now. But here's the thing though. You got to pay the price. You got to pay the piper for what you done did. So if you done come out here and grift, and you done lied, and you done deceived, you got to pay the price. And I'm going to tell you something. On one hand, I would think like, you know what? She's still going to have certain people hire her for coaching. What she's going to have to do, though, is lower that price. She's going to have to lower that price, and people going to hire her to talk to her, but it's going to be ill motives. And then what's going to happen is because of her pain right now and her frustration, her session's probably not going to be the best, because we speak from where we are. So her sessions is not going to be the best, and people probably going to get their feelings hurt. And it's probably going to be a lot of plants to where it's going to be people hiring her to get dirt on her, to have something to talk about on social media, and to have something to say. And it's probably going to be a lot of plants. And it's probably going to be one of those situations to where people play in the middle and both ends. And then she may not do sessions out of embarrassment and try to live off of speaking appearances and YouTube money or something like that, or interviews. And, you know, which you can make something. But the fact that her mom lived with her, I'm hoping she could still find a way to make a living, because I want her mom to be able to eat. I want her mom to be able to make that money. You know, to have that resort style mansion, because that right there will be devastating. And this is what a lot of people don't realize is like, I want people to be held accountable, but I don't want people to be destroyed. I don't want people to lose it all. But I want you to be held accountable. But the key with accountability, what I want to see is remorse. So I can't ask God to have mercy if there's no remorse, because that means they ain't got the lesson yet. But when somebody humble themselves and they change their tone, they change the way they talking, change the way they moving, now it's like, okay, Lord, it look like they got their lesson. But the Lord know that. We ain't got to tell the Lord what to do. He know when somebody get their lesson. And then the thing about it, the mistake that she made is, before she started getting exposed, she would mention God sparingly, but not in no real way. Now that she getting exposed, God is her everything. God is her cloak. God is her covering. She only answers to God. She doing what God say do. Don't let nobody else matter but God. And now is she putting everything behind God. So now she's standing behind God, and she trying to make God her shield, to say, if you come against me, you coming against God. And that is a mockery of God. That's a false witness. And I think that removes God further from her, and it opens her up for more of the attack of the enemy, Satan. And what Satan enjoys in this is her making a mockery of God, because she's saying God this and God that and God that, and then in the next sentence she cursing like a sailor, and then also it seems like to be proved that she living a lie. So now that becomes a mockery of God for Satan to relish in, because now in the spiritual realm it's like the evil is laughing at the good and saying, hey, she's saying she good, but she clearly running a scam. She clearly not good. So now it's making Christians look bad, because now the atheists and the Hebrew Israelites and the Muslims and everybody else, they get to look at Christians with a side eye, because it's like, oh, this y'all Christian? This what y'all do in Christianity? Y'all curse like sailors and y'all lie about y'all life and what you have done and haven't done? That's how Christians move? Oh, this the new Christianity? So now they get that talking point. They get to say that, which again is making a mockery of God. And that is my warning to Cheyenne, is leave God out of it. When you was in that shower naked with the man that you talking to, when you was in that 5-year on and off relationship, getting your bike broke, when you want to be, what's in her words, slutted out by her man, God wasn't in it. God ain't had nothing to do with it. When you was with the lesbian women and it gave the appearance that you was dating, that you was in lesbian relationships, God wasn't in it. So don't bring God into your foolishness now. Don't try to wrap God up in your foolishness now, because that's blasphemy. That's disrespect. And you're going to pay a price for that. You have got to be careful with that now. You cannot play like that. You can't play like that. You need to get on Destiny. Get on that wait list. Hey, the link in the description, all the singles. This is not your typical dating app. Go to datesintheapp.com, read all about it, see the features and the flow. Trust and believe the Giant's gonna try to steal a lot of it, but we about to come out the gate very strong. And we already have, in the last few days, over 1,000 people on the wait list, male and female, not just women. So I'm noticing a lot of single guys who are carrying themselves the right way are now starting to follow me on Instagram, because the women are posting to their single guy friends and followers to join the wait list. So, and I'm also sharing it with all the single men in my network, and also reaching out to men's groups. So we're gonna have a lot of quality men on there. Yes, you still gonna have men and women both alike that are not ready to date, that get on there out of curiosity, and that just come with it. You can't have all good. If it was all good, that's what our world will be. But everything is gonna be a representation of the world we live in. So you're gonna have bad everywhere, but we putting some things in place to mitigate the amount of negativity and scammery on there. And so even if you single and you don't want to date, you still could get on the app, because we will have a lot of live events, from concerts to slow dating, which is speed dating, but we're gonna call it slow dating, to singles mixers and networking events. And it's a certain algorithm we using for these events that's gonna make them different than singles mixers and events that you've had in the past. And we're gonna start with some of these in Tampa, Florida, and then we're gonna build and branch out to other cities. And so we creating right now, putting some things in place, and we'll have some of y'all from other cities to be event planners and hosts in your city of different types of events. We got a few different proprietary events that we're gonna be rolling out. Can't speak on everything, because the Giants, are the big day naps are watching me and listening. because before you like blow up, they try to see what you doing, and certain of them will try to steal what you doing because they big, and so nobody know about us, and then hundreds of millions of people know about them, so they could roll it out, and they know we ain't got the money to take them to court and do nothing about it. And so that's why I'm saying, even if you don't want to get on there, tell all the singles, send the app, datesintheapp.com, to all the singles in your phone, because this also will be the largest app, matchmaking app of people of color. We will take that #1 spot within a few years, and so we're gonna surpass that, and just because of the integrity in it. And you're gonna see some of the apps for people of color taking what we doing and trying to switch up their model. But a lot of people are not gonna switch up their model because they in it for money. So me and my team, we're not in it for the money. So you are dating slower and on purpose on our app, and yes, that's gonna hinder some money to a degree, but it's also not, because what it's gonna do is we're gonna be the place for people who are truly serious and truly intentional. And our models, the way that we rolling it out, our features speaks to us being intentional. And this come from me being in the trenches and having been doing this for 20 years. And that's a difference than any other matchmaking or dating app founder. There's no other founder in the dating app space that has my experience, that has my resume, and that has been doing it for 20 years. So we're gonna roll out so many different things over time. You gotta realize, when you first roll out, that's just your minimum viable product. And then from there, it's gonna be more features every year. And this will eventually become my full-time job, and the only thing I'll be doing outside of it is very limited, maybe 3 coaching sessions a week, and then a YouTube video every day. So the YouTube ain't going nowhere, but the coaching, that will minimize. And then I'm gonna be leading some singles mixers, so stay tuned. They'll be around the country. It'll be Destiny sponsored, Destiny singles mixers. And for those, it's not singles mixers, it's like more so single preparedness. So if it's all women or all men or what have you, it don't really matter, because it's really just helping you better prepare for marriage. So it's about you, not even about you meeting anybody. But we're gonna set it up in a special way so that it is a little more unique, and it's gonna be real cool. So we're gonna be doing those. I probably, once we get rolling, I'll be doing maybe 1 a month, and it'll be, just intimate. It ain't even about numbers on the app. It's really just activation and events for first come, first serve. Yes, it will be a ticketed thing, a ticketed event. So it's gonna cost, of course, because we gotta know who coming, so that we know that our space is ample. But we'll be doing that. So if you know of any cool lounges in your city that could be rented out, or even private rooms in nice restaurants, if you know any restaurant owners, coffee shop owners, stuff like that in your city, then definitely email us, info@datesintheapp.com. If you are owner of one, or your friend or family own one, if you got an inside connection. Now, if you just know of it, and you don't have no connection, then we don't really have a connection to it. But we want to support, and we also want to support minority owned, whether that's woman owned, black owned, Hispanic owned, whatever owned. We want to support minority owned businesses, coffee shops, restaurants, lounges. Now, unfortunately, we can't be in the hood. I'm not a hood person. I'm not gonna be in the hood now. I can't be in the hood now. And we can do nice little mixers, little events, little situations, and we'll have some touchdown people there, people on the ground, boots on the ground, one man, one woman, boots on the ground, who will also serve as recruiters for singles of their gender, so that we also have a healthy balance between men and women at the events where men and women is necessary. If it's some events will be men only, some events will be women only, some events will be whoever gets a ticket. So we're gonna be doing a lot, so it's gonna require me getting out and traveling a little bit. But to build this here company, and we're gonna build it. And then once we get to the point to where we are profitable, then I will start to hire within. And some of the positions will be remote and in your city, boots on the ground, as someone who is growth expert. You know, you growing the company in your city by finding events and things that we could sponsor, that we could have a booth at. Our booth individuals will be representations of the single life, you know, what we represent in the 3 B's, brains, brand, body. You know, we're gonna have those representations out there at the booth, working the booth with the iPad, signing people up on the wait list, or getting people to download the app in exchange for a cold bottle of water out in that heat, or in exchange for some hand warmers out in the cold. Whatever it may be, we're gonna be a part of all type of activation. So if you see like a weekly or bi-weekly or monthly event that happens in your city, you know, definitely let us know so we could reach out and see what are the costs to be a title sponsor, or, you know, do different things. You know, we sponsoring in different ways because we really just want to infiltrate the cities, be boots on the ground. So in some of y'all cities, you're gonna see our billboards and you're gonna see our posters in the mall or what have you. But we really going to, we coming in to take over. We coming in to be the #1 matchmaking app in the world. So we launching in the UK, we launching in South Africa, and any other country that y'all live in that where dating apps, I'm calling a matchmaking app, but dating apps are allowed, y'all reach out. If you know you might be one of the first people to write me from your country, then reach out, because you can help me be boots on the ground in your country and help me understand what it takes to build and brand and spread over there. So eventually we'll have a sign-up form for you to sign up for the street team, for the on-the-ground marketers. And what y'all about to see from me, you about to see a marketing masterclass. You're going to see a marketing masterclass. You're going to see marketing like you've never seen before. You're going to see more infiltrated marketing than you've ever seen from any brand on the face of the earth. You're gonna really see and understand what I've been sitting on, what I've been holding in. And I want you to learn from it for your company. And you're gonna see that marketing has no rules, but to be creative, to be original, to be authentic. And you're gonna see how that works. So hey, stay tuned, and I'm gonna be praying to God. I'm not really trying to raise funds for it or bring in investors. So I'm gonna be putting money out of my pocket, probably a minimum of $100,000 a year out of my pocket, and it may get up to $250,000 out of my pocket. But I know that it'll pay off, and you know, we got some real big goals. You know, some of these dating apps make $100 million a year. So what that's gonna do is allow us to hire, allow us to get staff in different roles, different positions. And so y'all, please, one thing about me is I'm a stickler on the rules. So if I say send an email, just because you have my phone number, that don't mean text me. Send an email. I live like God, have no respect of persons. Everybody is equal. So if I say send an email, send an email. Don't send a DM, don't send a text message. Just because you have my phone number or you could DM me or I done talked to you before, don't mean you have an advantage over anybody else. I treat everybody equal, I treat everybody fair, especially women, because I'm a married man. I'm not gonna give any advantages to women or treat you special because I'm a married man. So I have to be very honest and very strategic. My neighbor coming out. And so you got to realize, understand that. And so pay close attention to what we got to get done. And we might be, before we hire, it might be 2-3 years from now. You know, I'm a type of guy, I work alone. So I do so much on my own already for my brand, for my business. So I'm gonna be 9 out of 10 times, I'm gonna be doing pretty much everything myself, and then having, you know, consultants, like independent contractors. So before we ever get to the point where we got people on staff with all of that, and I'm gonna tell you like this right here, I'm big on your energy. So for me, as soon as you get hired, you get fired the next day. I'm big on humility, respect, knowing your role, and staying in your role. Speaking when spoken to. I'm not there for unsolicited opinions, unsolicited advice. I don't deal with none of that right there. Everybody in their place, everybody in their role, and everybody trying to outwork me. Not for praise, not for accolades, but working as if you working unto the Lord, because that's what the Bible instructs you to do. That's what I'm on. That's what I'm about. And that's why I've never had no staff, because I've never met anybody that worked harder than me. That's why I don't have staff. Anytime I have hired somebody, nobody has lasted longer than 3 months, because I didn't become who I am on accident. I work my butt off. I work hard, extremely hard. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's just like how you see me pretty much show up on YouTube every day. What other life coach you see show up for 30 minutes plus on YouTube every day? Sometimes 2 times, 3 times a day. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand that. And they be like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. It be a lot of men and women who got doctorates and master's degrees, and they be like, how Tony make more money than me? How Tony a celebrity life coach? How Tony do this? How I outwork you? That's how. It ain't that I'm smarter than you. It's I outwork you. On take days off until the Lord say take a break. Other than that, I'm grinding. So that's what you got to realize and understand. So the goal is, and see me, I'm a visionary. So I had my guy, who he's a utility player. What I mean by that is he do a little bit of everything. Austin Pennyfeather. That man name gonna be a legendary one day for building Destiny. But I had him make me a layout, an outline. Go night night. I had him make a layout, an outline for the app. For the office. 2,500 square feet. And that thing looked good. And what I'm gonna take and do is I'm gonna print it out and put it in a frame or something. Put it on my wall. And look at it. Visualize. See it. Try to be it. Till we make that thing happen. And so that's how the work gonna get there. But so y'all gonna hear me talking about Destiny at the end of every video. So stay tuned to them videos, because what that's gonna be on there is it's gonna be little business, little master classes. Is what it's gonna be. There's little master classes. And you're gonna learn a lot at the end of these videos, because you're getting to watch me in real time build this business. And so when this business get to where God got it going, you're gonna be able to say, man, I was a witness to this, and I watched this happen firsthand. So hey, this Tony Gaskin, God bless you. Keep your head up, keep going. All the important links in the description. Get the link for me now, because we got to have each other. So get the link for me and share that link with everybody you know, If that's single, share that link with them. Everybody you know now. Tell them to join. Tell them to join the wait list. And then, what I was saying, the app is not just about you getting matched, because the app is free to be on. And we got some things that you're gonna be able to benefit and learn and grow from and participate in without even paying for the app. So get on there if you single. No, we don't want couples on. We don't want people who married. Now, if you been with somebody for a while and they're dragging their little raggedy feet and they don't want to do right, then yeah, absolutely, yeah. Let them know you about to be on dates and they don't get their act together. Let them know they better get their act together now. But hey, this Tony guys, bless you. Keep your head up. Click that link in the description. Join us. We'll talk soon.